Byleth was announced on January 16th, 2020 as the 6th DLC fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and there was a lot of backlash. Byleth is definitely the most controversial character to add to the game. In this video, I want to talk about the many reasons why this character was received so poorly. The biggest reason why Byleth was received so poorly was because people thinking that there are too many Fire Emblem characters. And whether or not you agree with that, the fact is that Fire Emblem is becoming one of Nintendo's more popular franchises. The more successful a series is, the more characters from the series are in Smash. Let's look at the two biggest franchises in Smash Bros. Super Mario is the most successful franchise Nintendo has, and because of that, there are many Mario characters in Smash. In the Mario series specifically, there are 9 characters: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Bowser, Dr. Mario, Rosalina Luma, Bowser Jr., and Piranha Plant. But there are other franchises that branch off from the Mario universe. 3 actually. From Donkey Kong there is Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and King K. Rool. From the Yoshi series there is Yoshi, and from the Wario series there is Wario. I'm not going to say that they're an actual Mario character, but I think it's worth pointing out that Banjo originated from Diddy Kong Racing, so if you count all the characters here as one series, there are 14 or 15 if you count Banjo-Kazooie, which I believe is a fair number because it is the most successful franchise Nintendo owns. The second most represented series in Smash is Pokemon. Pokemon is huge. It's the most profitable franchise in the world. And because of this, there are many Pokemon to play in Smash Bros. There's Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Pichu, Mewtwo, Pokemon Trainer, Lucario, Greninja, and Incineroar. Adding up to 8 or 10 characters if you count Pokemon Trainer is 3 characters, which I do, and I believe 10 characters isn't enough for how big Pokemon is. The third most represented franchise in Smash Bros. Is Fire Emblem, and next to are the giants that is Super Mario and Pokemon. Fire Emblem has 8 representatives in Smash: Marth, Lucina, Roy, Chrom, Ike, Robin, Corrin, and now Byleth. Now, I said before that Fire Emblem is on the rise, but it's not more successful than series that have less characters in Smash Bros. For example, The Legend of Zelda has 6 characters and Kirby only has 3. So why does Fire Emblem get so many characters? Well, there are 2 big reasons why. One, that it's more popular in Japan than it is here in the West. Second, marketing. Now obviously a company's top priority is to make money, and adding in Fire Emblem characters to promote the new game makes sense. But nowadays, it's the only time a Fire Emblem character is ever added into the game, is to promote something, opposed to the last 2 fighters released. Before Byleth, the last 2 characters that were added into Smash were Banjo and Kazooie, and Terry Bogard. These 2 characters were only added in to please fans, because the series where these characters come from is essentially dead, while the last 2 Fire Emblem characters were Corrin and Byleth. Corrin was released as DLC in Smash 4 to promote Fire Emblem Fates before it was even released in the West. Now Byleth is being added into the game to promote Fire Emblem 3 Houses DLC. We as consumers need to understand why Nintendo is doing this. It's to make money, and it makes sense. But I have to go with the side that it does suck when we get characters to promote upcoming games when we could have characters the fanbase actually wants. Another complaint I hear a lot is that all the Fire Emblem characters play the same, and I can see where they come from. To the more casual audience, it seems to be that way. Now, I'm a casual player, and I used to think that way, but now after looking into it more, I can see the differences between the characters. The part that I think gets a lot of people with this is the counter ability. Marth, Lucina, Roy, Chrom, Ike, and Corrin all have this move, but this one ability that they share casts over what makes each of them unique. And because of this, all the Fire Emblem characters are reduced to this stereotype: the anime swordsman with blue hair. This is a phrase I hear pretty often. While the last part doesn't apply to all the Fire Emblem characters, the first part does. They all do possess the anime aesthetic, and all wield swords, again adding to the belief that all these characters are the same. The reveal of Byleth was disappointing. When we look at the Fighters Pass, the first 4 fighters are third party: Joker from Persona 5, Hero from Dragon Quest, Banjo and Kazooie from Banjo-Kazooie, and Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury. Now, I only knew Banjo and Kazooie. The rest of them, I had no idea who they were, but I get the hype around these third-party characters coming to this game. It's these unimaginable possibilities being thrown into this game where you can play as Mario and Joker at the same time. I get it, it's crazy. And I was excited for this 5th fighter, but when it came time to reveal the final character in the pass, the craze around who it would be was insane. It could be Master Chief, Sora, or any other third party, and then it is to its disappointment, Byleth from Fire Emblem, a first-party game. This character reveal was very disappointing for me and many others, just because the hype up to this final character was so huge, and we have no one to blame but ourselves for that. Nobody ever at Nintendo ever said that this pass is only going to be third party. We all assumed that. What I think would have been better is to have Byleth be the first fighter in the past and then keep the third parties building that from there, so we don't have this huge disappointment in the end. To conclude this video, I think it's important to say that everyone needs to calm down. I know it's died down a lot since this reveal and I'm really late on this subject, but saying that Sakurai needs to be replaced and sending him death threats is not okay. Sakurai and his team gave us this amazing game to play, with over 80 characters by the end. As consumers, we have the right to voice our displeasure with the product, but there are many other characters to play, and a second Fighters Pass was announced, bringing 6 more fighters to the game. Byleth, as of recording this, came out around 12 hours ago, and I have to say, the character is really fun. I don't really know a whole lot about how the tiers of characters works, but in my opinion, I think this character is really good, and I'm curious to see what the pros have to say about it. I think the reveal of Byleth and the whole drama around it can teach Nintendo and us as consumers how to proceed with DLC in the future. Nintendo probably second-guess themselves when it comes to adding in another Fire Emblem character, and we as a community should act better when we don't get a character we like. Alright. Thanks. Bye.